Maury County Now is sponsored by First Farmers and Merchants Bank.
On this edition of Maury County Now, Brenda Pierce tells us a little about this year's Southern Fried Festival. Adam Southern gives us a preview of his Ghost, Murder, and Mayhem tour for historic Maury County. The Heroes and Heels event is ready to help breast cancer survivors strut their stuff on the runway. And finally, an interview with Rick Clark, music editor for the Oxford American magazine. All this and more on this edition of Maury County Now. Hello and welcome to Maury County Now. Columbia and Maury County's news show covering the events, ideas, groups, and happenings in and around Maury County. The Southern Fried Festival is right around the corner, and there are some great new additions at this year's festival. Here's Brenda Pierce, Executive Director of the Maury County Visitors and Conventions Bureau and Chair of the Southern Fried Festival, to tell us why you should enjoy some fried food and entertainment in downtown Columbia.
I'm Brenda Pierce. I'm the Director of the Maury County Convention and Visitors Bureau and Chairman of the Southern Fried Festival. This year we have our Lister Hill Fun Zone. It'll be the best fun zone that we've ever had, we think. We're going to have the Burger King stage with a Kazubi show, local dance schools and the Jiu-Jitsu Academy will be performing. Our Dr. Magical Balloons will be performing a show during the day. Also, most of the things in the Kids Zone will be free. Most everything this year. Lowe's workshop, pumpkin painting, we're going to have a petting zoo, pony rides, just a lot of fun stuff for the kids. Also new this year, we're going to have a main stage host. Kevin Sport from RFD TV's The Right Place will be with us both Friday and Saturday on the main stage introducing our acts. In addition, if you're a big football fan, this year we're giving away 2 tickets to the UT Auburn game, and we're doing that on Friday night, and on Saturday night 2 tickets to the Titans Colts game. Your ticket into the festival is your chance to win those tickets. Friday night this year we're going to open up. We have 2 acts before the headliner. Kenny Durham will begin at 5 o'clock, followed by Ravencliff. Then our headliner for Friday night, Grammy nominated, the Wannabeatles. On Saturday, during the day, we'll have local acts on our West Stage. Also, our Bluegrass Stage will have 4 different acts during the afternoon. Then in the evening, 2 Steel Girls from The Voice will open the evening, followed by Brian Elijah Smith. It's an act from West Virginia. I think everybody's going to really enjoy. And then our headliner is Shenandoah. The festival brings people to our downtown. We have a wonderful downtown, and it brings people not only from the local area, but all over Middle Tennessee, and even people come from other states. Depending on who our acts are, we always have folks that come from other states that are fans of our acts, our entertainment. And bringing people to our downtown lets them see what we have here. Maybe they'll come back another time to visit. And it has an economic impact when we bring in folks from other areas. If you want to know more information, you can go to southernfriedfest.com on the web, or check our Facebook page, Southern Fried Festival, or call our office at 931-381-7176.
Adam Southern has returned from the Nether to bring us a preview of his Ghost, Murder, and Mayhem tour. Get ready to pull some skeletons out of the closet on this special edition of Historic Maury County.
Hello, I'm Adam Southern, and I'll be your tour guide tonight as I take you down some of Columbia's most haunted streets. Maury County and Columbia are well over 200 years old now. And in this 200 plus years, we've accumulated a great deal of spirits. And it should be no surprise that many of those spirits are here, right here in downtown Columbia, since this is the oldest part of Maury County. Now, this beautiful building behind me here, the Maury County Courthouse, this is the third courthouse to actually sit on this site. This current building was completed in 1906, and it has had a bloody and sordid past. Men have been shot inside of this building, stabbed inside of this building. But perhaps the darkest hour came in 1927. There was a young man named Henry Choate that came here in 27 to visit some relatives. He was a stranger to most everyone else in Maury County, and it just so happens the very day he arrived, a young lady was assaulted. She said it was a stranger. Well, Henry Choate, being the only stranger in town, it didn't take very long for the sheriff to find him, and he took him to the jail just a couple of blocks over on East 6th Street. But it was one of those he said, she said kind of cases. They didn't have DNA evidence back then, so he let Henry Choate go. The very minute he let Henry Choate out of jail, a lynch mob began forming around this courthouse. They were sure Henry Choate had committed this crime, and they wanted to make him pay. So the sheriff went out again and arrested Henry Choate. And he said, "I'm not taking you in because I think you did it. I'm taking you in to get you away from this mob." So back to the jail they went. Well, this mob, just being right here at the courthouse, it didn't take them very long to figure out where he was. And they literally attacked the jail. They threatened to blow it up by dynamite if necessary to get Henry Choate out. So the jailer reluctantly let him go. The mob took him from the jail up North Main Street to the courthouse behind me, where they tied a rope around this balcony and the other side to Henry Choate's neck, and they threw him over the side. And they stood there just long enough to make sure Henry Choate was dead. And they walked off and they left him. Now, since that time in 1927, strange things have been happening in this building. Perhaps the strangest thing to ever take place here was when Hanna, Montana came and shot her movie. Now, when she came, they put a revolving door on that side of the courthouse, but they didn't put a lock on this door. So they had to hire a deputy to stay in there all night long to make sure nobody wandered in through that revolving door. Well, this young ghost hunter found out about it and went and asked the mayor if it would be okay if he spent the night with the deputy and did a little bit of ghost hunting. Well, the mayor said, all right. And that night, this ghost hunter comes in with all of his ghost hunting equipment and starts going from room to room asking questions like, is there anybody here with me tonight? He was in the basement of the courthouse outside of what used to be one of the old holding cells when he asked that question. He didn't hear anything then, but when he went home and played his tape, he heard a voice go, yes. Of course, he didn't hear that then, so he was still big and brave. And he ended up in this room just off of the balcony, where he asked that same question, is there anybody here with me? And he said, bam, the table lifted up and came crashing back down to the floor, and he ran out of the room. And as he was standing there trying to compose himself, he began hearing these whispers all around him. At first, he couldn't make out anything, but finally he started picking out a couple of voices. Then he heard one voice echo out above all the rest that said, just hang him! Ghost hunter ran out of the building. But remember that deputy, he had to stay in here all night long. And he said those voices continued all night long. He said it got so bad at one point, he decided to walk around the courthouse for about an hour. And when he went back inside, he could still hear those voices. And finally, he locked himself in this courtroom. That way he could get away from the voices, but still watch that revolving door to make sure nobody wandered in. Some say the ghost hunter opened up a can of worms he didn't close. Strange things still happen in this building to date. Who knows, whenever you go in for your next traffic ticket, you might end up being the next ghost story.
We'll be back with more Maury County Now after this.
Maury County Now is sponsored by First Farmers and Merchants Bank.
We're back with more Maury County Now on PowerNet 13.
Everyone knows that recovering from cancer can be one of the hardest ordeals a person has to deal with in their lifetime. The After Breast Cancer program is hosting the Heroes on Hills event on September 26th. Help those survivors find strength. Here's Lindsay Howell, the ABC program coordinator, about how this event helps these women get back to their new normal.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Howell, and I'm the After Breast Cancer Coordinator at the Maury County YMCA. And on September 26th, we will have the Heroes and Heels fashion show for the After Breast Cancer program. The show will be at the Memorial Building in Columbia. The doors open at 5:30 p.m. and we will have heavy hors d'oeuvres and some time to fellowship before the event starts. So the show will start at 6:30, and the models will show off some new clothes from Belk, and then we will have a dessert reception immediately following the show. Heroes and Heels is a fashion show where women who are breast cancer survivors get to be glamorized and get to get their hair done and their makeup done and their nails done, and they get an outfit specially designed by Belk, and they get to show themselves off as survivors and has beautiful women who have conquered this horrible disease, and also show off fun things about them that have nothing to do with cancer. They have to do with their family, their hobbies, what they enjoy doing, what makes them unique. And we get to celebrate their survivorship while raising money for the After Breast Cancer program. This event actually got started about 5 or 6 years ago. They started a fun fashion show, but it actually wasn't the survivors. They had men doing the fashion show to raise money for the program, and then it just became, hey, wouldn't this be fun to have survivors do it? And so at the beginning, it was more of just a kind of a mock, something fun to just raise awareness and raise funds, to this could really be a way for women to feel beautiful and get to show off who they are that isn't related to breast cancer. As part of the fashion show, the women get clothing donated by Belk to wear the night of the event. Their hair is done by Ginger's Hair Salon and Fox & Company. Their makeup and their nails are done by Tennessee Career Institute. And then we have a photographer who is Sarah Tatum, which is her business is Sarah Lene Photography. She will be doing the photography at the event, with also having a photo booth so that people who come to the show and the models can kind of have some fun photos. And then our sponsors include our presenting sponsor, which is First Farmers and Merchants Bank. And we also have the Maury Regional Healthcare Foundation, Maury Regional Medical Center, Family Health Group, Wire Masters, and General Motors. Tickets are $20 in advance. You can purchase them at the door for $25. You can purchase tickets at the Maury County Family YMCA, or you can go online to give.ymcamidtn.org/heroesmc. For more information, you can call me at 931-540-8320.
Music is an important staple in our community, and Columbia has another page to turn. Made for art and music lovers, the Oxford American is sure to bring a noteworthy response from magazine readers. Here's Rick Clark, music editor for the Oxford American, to strike a chord about this year's music issue featuring Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Rick Clark, and I have an office in downtown Columbia, Tennessee. Rick Clark Productions. We do music and film supervision, and also are the musical office for the Oxford American magazine, which we're very proud to be here in Columbia, and an award-winning publication. And we are currently in the middle of working on the Tennessee music issue. The Oxford American is different than most other magazines that are from the region, in that it primarily has earned its rep as a literary magazine. It doesn't compete with Garden and Gun and Southern Living and those publications. It's a different beast. It's pretty specific. People who like William Gay or Eudora Welty or any of the great and eccentric Southern writers, old and new, who are fans of evocative artwork and photography, and with the music issue, who are willing to sort of take a ride on this long-form journey that is very ecumenical, and it spans many decades. It spans many genres. It's celebratory of the richness of the South. And so the magazine really is, it's a magazine of great writing, and it celebrates the arts. It's a big endeavor. This year's Tennessee issue is going to be a 2 CD set celebrating all things musical Tennessee. And we've got a lot of great artists lined up, and some unique recordings, some that are being made especially for the CD by some great artists. A lot of stuff that's never been released before. And from my position, every artist on there is worthy of discovery. You should go and check these people out. So the magazine will be in like on the 1st of December. It will be, you know, out in all the stores. The Old Curiosity Bookshop, Parnassus in Nashville, you know, all the Barnes & Noble, all the usual stuff. The magazine over the years, it's a multiple winner of the National Magazine Association Award, which is for the magazine industry, publication industry is it's like the Oscars are for films or Grammys are for music. So it's a real honor. It's won the National, the Blues Foundation Award, the Handy Awards. It's won, gosh, I can't even know all the awards. John Grisham was one of the publishers for the magazine at one time for a number of years. Every year we do the music issue. It gets a lot of great press. I mean, we're regularly featured or interviewed in NPR, All Things Considered, or Fresh Air, or you know, New York Times, Washington Post, Mojo Magazine, all the outlets, LA Weekly, you know, they all cover us. OxfordAmerican.org, or better yet, just go to your favorite bookstore and just pick up an issue, like the Old Curiosity Bookshop in Columbia, Tennessee, or Parnassus Books in Nashville, or Barnes & Noble, or any bookstore that's a bookstore worth being a bookstore is going to have the Oxford American.
To find out more information about any of the stories you've seen on this edition of Maury County Now, and to get exclusive content like Adam Southern telling another one of his ghost tour stories, please check out our website, MauryCountyNow.com, and look in the show notes for more details. Maury County Now is sponsored by First Farmers and Merchants Bank. Thanks for watching Maury County Now, and we'll catch you on the flip side.